Sorry. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. We'll start the event in a while.
Yeah. Is it possible to share my
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We'll do that, ma'am. We'll do that, ma'am.
please?
Just a minute, ma'am. Yes. Yeah. Good afternoon, participants. So this session is regarding emotional intelligence. So we have to conduct one session as per the rules of AICTFTP programs. We have to conduct one session regarding emotional intelligence in order to promote Fit India concept. So for this session, we have the best resource person, Dr. Devaki Madhav, scientific pranayama therapist and psychologist. Ma'am has been aiding thousands of individuals by conducting pranayama camps in India. The life-changing pranayama breathing exercises have helped many in achieving better physical health and positive mental well-being. Ma'am has completed BSc in Science from Mysore University and a Master's in Psychology from Karnataka State Open University, and Ma'am has received PhD in Yoga from Yoga University of Americas, Florida, USA. She has always excelled in academics as well as in sports, being a national level table tennis player from 1976 to 1985. She has worked in India Post for 25 years. She has served as honorary principal for 5 years in Ghana Bharati, a music and dance school for traditional Indian music arts. She has also served as jury member of the Child Welfare Committee, a government body in charge of child welfare. She has attended 250 hours of yoga pranayama teachers training camp held at Haridwar led by Sri Guru Baba Ramdev. Her aim is to spread the benefits of pranayama and her learnings to individuals all over India and the world. To fulfill this aim, she has so far conducted more than 235 scientific pranayama camps in India for engineers, doctors, teachers, lecturers, professors, students of different ages, defense professionals, teachers, teacher trainers, yoga trainers, etc. She has got many awards to name few: Yoga Acharya, Wonder Woman, Value Achievers, Meritorious Service Contribution of to the Society Award by Rotary Club of Mysore 2019, Lifetime Achievement Award by Yoga Association of Karnataka, Bangalore 2019, Yoga Chikitsa Pravine Award at Yogotsava, Bangalore in 2020, so and many more. And she has conducted 6 camps and 15 workshops in USA and many camps in India. So these are few achievements of ma'am. We are very happy to have you, ma'am, in today's session. Welcome, ma'am. Ma'am, your audio is not audible. It's, I think your mic is muted, ma'am. Devaki, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to present PPT presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am. Please. Ma'am, before that, one small request. We shall have one group photo with you, ma'am. All the participants, I request to turn on your cameras. We shall take one group photo with ma'am. I request all participants to turn on your cameras. We shall take one virtual group photo. Participants, kindly turn on your camera. Participants, kindly turn on your cameras. Ma'am, Devaki, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, I think you can take over the session, ma'am. We can start.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you all. So screen,
Ma'am, we cannot see the presentation, ma'am.
yeah. I don't know how to.
Ma'am, there is an option that present now. Present now on top.
Present now, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your entire screen,
Yes, ma'am. Entire screen, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
okay? Share,
Yes, ma'am. Share, ma'am.
share option is not,
Ma'am, you can
yeah,
choose
yeah,
option.
now it has come, now it has come.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We can see the slides.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
thank you all. First, my heartfelt pranams to Honorary Secretary Madam Srimati Vanaja B. Pandit, AO Madam Srimati Anupama B. Pandit for providing this opportunity. Good afternoon to all. First, I wish to express thanks to Dr. D.V. Rajeshwari, Coordinator for kind cooperation and concern, CEO Mr. Bharat R.K. for his kind support. My sincere thanks to Dr. Shivkumar, Principal. I am grateful to the GSSS Education Institution. They keep on encouraging me. They are providing much opportunities and the members for kind support to express 14 years of scientific pranayama research product and psychology knowledge through webinar to you all. Once again, thank you all for attending. I would like to give insight into scientific pranayama, how it is useful for managing the stress and leading stress-free, peaceful and well-being. First, let us know about the stress, and then I can give the remedy through scientific pranayama, how you can cope with the stress. Stress, a term or a word stress is used to describe the experience of the mind emotionally and physically. It is a kind of mental pain. Stress is our body's response to the daily events. Everyone experiences the stress. Stress is the body's way of responding to any kind of demand or threat. When we sense danger, whether it is a real or imagined, chemical reaction will take place in the body to prevent injury to the organs. This reaction is known as a fight or flight or the stress response. We will call it as a stress response too. In psychology, stress is a feeling of mental strain and mental pressure. A small amount of stress is good, otherwise, we cannot come up. It is beneficial and even healthy. Positive stress plays motivation, adaptation, and reaction to the environment. Stress comes from inside rather than outside. We can stress yourself just by worrying about things which we have little knowledge or information. One reason why people experience stress and mental health challenge is globalization. It exposes them. The reason is that modern society offers plenty of distractions and unwelcome attractions, especially linked to new media technologies. People shifting lifestyle and priorities. And one more important reason is unfulfilled emotions like dreams, desires, ambitions, and goals. Reason is sometimes our expectations, commitments, and views are beyond our aptitude, capacity, position, limit eligibilities. Since human being lives on pleasure principle, We have psychological responses to stress that are important for survival. It is only when these responses become chronic, then we suffer, which leading to an increase in diseases. When crisis or urgent situations occur, the brain senses danger. It plays a role in fear and aggression. The sympathetic nervous system is activated.
Madam, Devaki ma'am,
Yes,
Devaki ma'am,
Yes,
sorry for
please.
interrupting, but your
Yes.
audio is not clear, ma'am. Can you please check, ma'am, the audio?
1 minute.
Can hear, no, ma'am. We can hear.
Yeah, I can hear from you. From yours, I'm not audible to you.
No, you're audible, ma'am.
Audible, ma'am.
Audible.
Okay. Shall I continue, ma'am?
Ma'am, please continue, ma'am.
If the sense of danger persists, then the brain and pituitary stimulate the adrenal to pour out stress hormones into the blood, like cortisol and adrenal hormones. If this system is fired up repeatedly over time, this chronic load will take or collect a toll or tax on the body. It won't leave us. The stress hormone cortisol is the public health enemy number one. Scientists have known for years that elevated cortisol levels interfere with learning and memory, lower immune functions, and suffering from bone density, increases weight gain, blood pressure, cholesterol, heart diseases. The list goes on and on. Chronic stress and elevated cortisol levels also increases the risk for depression, mental illness, and lower life expectancy. Let us have a brief look on the nervous system repeated, which is affected to the stress. It is very important. Then only we can know about the stress, how it impact on our health. Autonomic nervous system, the system responsible for body functions that happens without our conscious awareness, such as heartbeat, breathing, and then digestion. The autonomic nervous system consists of sympathetic nervous system. It plays a role in fear and aggression. Sometimes it refers to a fight or flight system. And the parasympathetic nervous system, which returns us to a relaxed, resting state. The parasympathetic nervous system is under the control of vagus fibers. The nerve fiber from the central nervous system to the organs in the abdomen, thorax, throat, lungs, and fiber heart. That's why when stress has come, our digestive system, our respiratory system, our circulatory system will affect. And fibers from the organs go back into the nervous system to convey what is going on. Nerve fibers send control, internal perception, threats, and active states. Let us see the effect of stress. From the stress, two types of efforts. One is physiological. Acidity. We will all think acidity, it's not only caused by diet errors, but more dominated because of stress. Hypertension, not only caused by too much consumption of salty food, but mainly because of errors in managing our emotions. Asthma, that is there. For lungs problem, not only because of the disruption of oxygen supply to the lungs, but often sad feelings make lungs unstable. Diabetic, not only because of too much of consumption of sugar or glucose, but selfish and stubborn attitude disrupts the function of the pancreas, kidney stones, not only calcium oxalate deposits, but paint up emotions and hatred. Spondylitis, it is not only effect from L4 or L5 or cervical disorder, but overburden or too many worries about our future. Psychological, the main psychological impact is elevated rate of stress, anxiety, and fear. The human brain is a funny thing. It treats all the positive experiences like a non-stick pan. It won't stick only positive experiences. But when it comes to anything negative, it holds on it like a Velcro. Changing a difficult situation is not always possible. Hence, we need to accept the things that which we cannot change. Certain things cannot control in life. Therefore, we need to learn to let go as soon as possible and try to concentrate on the things we do have control over. We have to do what we can and release or live what we cannot. Many problems are due to fusion of thoughts, evaluation of our experience, avoidance of our experience, and reason giving for our behavior. These are all to be due to fear. Because of fear only, it happens. For all these things, a healthy remedy is to accept our reactions, acknowledge our reactions, and be present. There is a most important. We need to choose a value direction and take action accordingly. Let us see the symptoms. All this physical impact and the psychological impact. What could be the symptoms for this? There are many symptoms of stress. Each person reacts to stress in a unique way. Common symptoms of stress includes physical. The physical symptoms are headache, difficulty sleeping, tiredness, pain, most commonly in the back and the neck pain, overeating or undereating, skin problem, drug and alcohol misuse, lack of energy, upset stomach, less interest in the things used to enjoy, blood pressure, heart diseases, heartburns, ulcer, irritable bowel syndrome, upset stomach, that is, muscle cramps, constipation, diarrhea, weight gain or loss, fertility problem, flare-ups for asthma, arthritis, skin problem, obesity, gastrointestinal problem, even Alzheimer's diseases. Psychological diseases, psychological symptoms, anxiety, depression, anger, unhappiness, irritability, each and everything we will get irritated. Feeling of being out of control, we cannot control the things, though we can control. Mood swing, always frustration. Then mental symptoms are forgetfulness, worry, cannot make decisions, negative thinking, lack of focus, then boredom. Occupational, work overload, though it is in our limit only, we feel work overload, long hours, tense relations, poor concentration, unfulfilling job. Socially, less intimacy with our own people. Isolation, we wanted to be alone, like, then always we are bringing family problem, loneliness. Then even spiritual symptoms also we can find out when people are coming for counseling. All these tips I used to doing for the counselings. Spiritual apathy, loss of meaning, emptiness, unforgiving, doubt, guilt, despair. Stress is an inevitable part of life and it always will be there, will be with us. How we respond to it is a crucial factor is maintaining good health. I can give the recent example, the immense amount of bad news in the TV, media, anywhere concerning today's carnivorous pandemic COVID-19 is causing anxiety level to, it's like a skyrocket. Today's stress rows are far different than those of the past. We are living in confusion state, what we can do and what we cannot do. The result is an increased and prolonged state of anxiety that leads to constant worry and sleeplessness. We need to explore ways to calm the effect of the stress hormone, which are involved in the neurobiology of mood disorders and functional illness. Slow breathing techniques improve the interaction between our autonomic nervous system, the brain, the central nervous system, and parasympathetic activities that are related to well-being and emotional control. I plan to explore healthy ways to live with stress by focusing scientifically on breathing techniques, that is pranayama, regular practice, with certain psychological tips that can help to change our negative stress response, which result in improved mental health, physical health, well-being, and friendship and relationship, body, mind, brain. Let us see the healthy way to live with the stress. What are all the... First one is supplements. Certain supplements can reduce stress and anxiety, including ashwagandha, omega-3, fatty acids, green tea, and lemon balm. Using essential oils or burning a scented candle may help reduce your feelings of stress and anxiety. Handling the stress load, kindly try not to take stress more than you can handle. Saying no is one way to control your stress rows. Then priorities. Prioritize what need to get done and make time for it. Word of delaying or postponing, it is related stress. Positive touch. It may help lower stress by releasing oxytocin and lowering blood pressure. For the children and all that hugging and all, it is very good. Touch therapy. Listening to the music. Listening to music you like can be a good way to relieve stress. Physical exercises, mindfulness, music, physical intimacy can all work together and relieve anxiety, stress, and other psychological problems. And they will improve your overall work and life balances as well. For stress hormone, breathing techniques, pranayama is too good. It's my own experience. I was also under stress. Disaster happened in my family, my mother family and all. So I am live example for you guys. It lowers our body stress hormones. It increases our inner body system. It improves our immune system. Let us see the benefit of scientific pranayama or breathing technique. Certain breathing techniques, pranayamas, are very good for lungs related problems which are in present situation badly needed, and stress. It improves oxygen absorption level. More detoxification takes place. It rejuvenates our living cells. These are all proven. Scientific pranayama breathing benefits, few benefits are there. Let us look into it. There are aspects of breathing techniques that we control voluntarily and consciously via the cortex of the brain. Also, stress and emotional stimuli may induce accommodation of breathing. Hence, we have to practice pranayama. Pranayama, it's a yogic breathing, involve the voluntary control of breath. Regular, sincere, scientific pranayama practice shift fight, flight, sympathetic to the calming parasympathetic state. Totally, in summary, the pranayama is accessible to all and can be used to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, which calms down our nervous system. This is something we all could use more of, leading us toward greater health and sense of well-being. Yoga provides training of mind and body to bring emotional balances. People need such tools. Listen to inward to their feelings and ideas. Yoga pranayama assists them in developing sound waves and vibration through generating pressure by applying systematic controlled force while breathing with full concentration to strengthen themselves. This could happen through rejuvenation of the cells. Here we can recall in 2016, two Japan scientists awarded for Nobel Prize awarded for rejuvenation of the cells. Pranayama not only carries higher level of life satisfaction, self-esteem, positive feelings and attitudes, but also it manages tensions, negative thoughts, ideas and feelings more efficiently rather than anything. Fear, anxiety and depression are the most common mental problems. Pranayama provides training of mind, body to bring emotional balance. Pranayama benefit physical and mental health via down regulation of the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, HPA, we'll call, and the sympathetic nervous system. The underlying principle of pranayama is that the relation between the emotions and breathing is two-way. That is, not only emotion have effect on breathing, but controlled rhythmic breathing has positive effects on emotions too. Behavior breathing, voluntary breathing, has a direct effect on feelings, sense of self and the emotions through synchronization between breathing and the emotions a person is feeling, because each emotion is associated with a specific breathing pattern. Jay Gottfried is a professor of neurology, Northern Western said that pranayama practices are already an essential part of focused breathing and meditation. When you inhale, you are in a sense synchronizing brain oscillation across the limbic network, he said. Slow pranayama appears to shift the autonomic nervous system from the fight or flight sympathetic to the calming parasympathetic state and has been shown to positively affect immune function, hypertension, asthma, and stress-induced psychological disorders. Few physical benefits, let us see: strengthen the connection between body and mind, increases lungs capacity and takes care, improve cardiovascular health, helps in detoxification, rejuvenating living cells, increases oxygen level, act as a stress reliever, boost immunity, calms the nervous system, balances the emotions, and effective for brain disorders. Let us see how the breathing techniques beneficially work on our body, mind, and brain. I would like to give 8 pranayama breathing technique explanation with a video demonstration. These are all that it is very good for balancing our emotions, especially stress, anxiety, fear. Bhastrika pranayama, this is called bellows or fire breathing. First, let us see the benefits. Brings the proper balance of 3 doshas, vata, pitta, kapha. Effective for lung problems, strengthens the lungs, drains excess phlegm from the lungs, good for brain oxygenation, benefits the nervous and motor system, effective for neurological issues, work and physics, it works and the physics principle, Pascal's the law of pressure. Bhastrika pranayama, let us see how it works. Bhastrika is a Sanskrit word meaning bellows, blacksmith of bellow. The abdominal muscles work like a bellows. This breathing technique mimics snoring. You can hear the snoring sound involving the chest, abdominal muscles. Both inhalation, exhalation are vigorous and forceful with 1:1 ratio. Abdominal muscles moves up rapidly and exert the force on the diaphragm and go down swiftly. The exert the pressure is active during forceful inhalation and exhalation. This pranayama is based on the principle of Pascal's law of pressure. The abdominal muscles exert into the lower end of the diaphragm during inhalation. The vibration takes place on the upper end of the diaphragm, spread equally all over the upper portion of the body. During exhalation, the upper thoracic muscles exert the pressure on the upper lower end of the diaphragm and the vibration takes place in the lower end of diaphragm. These vibrations spread equally all over the lower portion of the body with complete energetic force. It energizes every atom of the body and boosts energy level. It brings clarity of mind and enhances concentration ability. It is very effective for people with kapha predominant bodies. The energy produces through this vibration is vital for the balancing of 3 doshas. It rejuvenates all the weak cells of kapha, as bellows breathing is more powerful and highly effective. It increases the efficiency of blood pumping by the heart, keeps the mind calm and balanced throughout the day. Next one is, it's a very, out of all 8 breathing technique, the Kapalabhati breathing technique is the strongest breathing technique. Let us look upon the benefits. The technique involves forceful exhalation and passive inhalation, strengthens lungs and increases lung capacity, helps in removing blockage in the heart and lungs, detoxifies all the systems in our body, oxygenates dead space in the lungs. No medicine will do this. Energizes the nervous system and rejuvenates brain cells. It is a stress buster. Increases heat, removes negative emotions. It not only removes toxins, also negative emotion it removes. It works on physics principle, impulsive law of physics. Kapalabhati is a part of pranayama kriya where one forcefully exhales rapidly in short bursts. It helps in cleansing the lungs and in exercising abdominal muscles. It is an internal cleansing technique, kriya we will say this. helps in cleansing lungs and nerve channels by expelling toxic substances deposited in it. The inhalation is passive, followed naturally after the strong exhalation due to contraction of the abdominal muscles. There is an upward movement of the diaphragm. This is followed by passive inhalation, leading to a relaxation of the abdominal muscles. It is useful for detoxification of the body and clearing the energy channels. It works on the principle of impulsive law of physics. If the time is short and the force applied is great, the change in linear moment creates a great energy. Apply the force in the novel region due to vibration pressures is created, shifted from navel region, its surrounding organs like abdomen region, backside spinal cord region, and the pancreas. The vibration force created in these regions rejuvenates the weaker cells in the entire body. This cleansing techniques not only expels the toxins from the body and negative thoughts from the mind, but also helps in elimination of lethargies. It improves circulations, especially to the brain, which gives the skull of shining effect, energizing the mind and wake up the system. It is a well blended combination of passive inhalation, forceful exhalation. It generates heat and stimulate the digestive fire, that's Agni will call. This helps in strengthening, massing, toning the abdominal muscles and digestive organ. It is recommended for reducing abdominal fat. Bahya Kumbhaka Pranayama. This is called external retention of the breath. Let us look into the benefits. Increases the body temperature, provides physical and mental health benefits, protects the brain cell, improves lung capacity, strengthening diaphragm, reduces level of stress and anxiety, and even improved longevity, improves concentration and memory power. Bahya Kumbhaka is the combination of two Sanskrit words. Bahya means outside, Kumbhaka means retention of the air or breath. It is the retention or holding the breath, a state where there is no inhalation or exhalation. It is a unique pranayama technique in which the breath is locked or held or passed for a few seconds after exhalation. Should be practiced with bandhas, locks. 3 locks, Jalandhara bandha, 3 Jalandhara bandha above, below the neck portion, Uddiyana bandha above and below abdominal portion, Moola bandha above and below the portion for higher benefits. This breathing technique works on principle of Hooke's law of elasticity. Before starting Bahya Pranayama, expel the air completely through the lungs without any residue. Apply 3 locks bandhas, Jalandhara bandha, Uddiyana bandha, Moola bandha. Then hold the breath for a few seconds. Then release the bandhas, locks. Inhalation slowly. Fill the lungs and exhale slowly. This is one cycle. Repeat holding the breath or Kumbhaka for half of the time taken for inhalation. The Kumbhaka should be the half of the inhalation time. The duration of exhalation should be more than time taken inhalation. The exhalation always should be more in this pranayama. The duration of kumbhaka can be gradually increased by practice. Starting only 1 or 2 seconds, kumbhaka or retention of the breath is good. After practicing, you can increase. Practicing Bahya Kumbhaka along with 3 bandhas is very good exercise for internal organs. Apply the following bandhas to get elasticity effect of internal organs. For the physical fitness, we'll do for yoga asanas, walking or jogging and all. What about internal organ? This pranayama gives the exercise for internal organ. It increases the body temperature, provides physical and mental health benefits. It protects the brain cell, improved lung capacity. Strengthen diaphragm, reduces level of stress and anxiety again, and even improved longevity, improves memory power and then concentration. Ujjayi pranayama. Ujjayi pranayama, this is called victorious breath or ocean breathing. Also, let us look upon the benefits. Helps in balancing the breath, enhances the oxygenation process and increases the internal body temperature. Generates heat in the throat region, heat treatment to the throat and all respiratory system, chest too. Lungs and throat generates internal body heat. It is similar to massage for the internal organs. As the core becomes warm from the inside, it helps in curing chest congestion, lungs infection, boosts the immune system, soothes and rejuvenates the nervous system. Relieving stress gives a positive attitude. This technique is based on the principle of heat treatment. In this breathing technique, air is inhaled through the nostril. The glottis is moved while exhaling the air, generating a sound due to the friction of air inside the throat. This breathing is also known as ocean breathing since the sound generated rhythms with the unique sound of the ocean waves. You can observe. Since the movement of diaphragm is involved in this breathing, it is often considered as a diaphragmic breathing techniques. This technique is based on the principle of heat treatment. Through heat treatment, the desired result of hardening or softening of an object can be achieved by applying Jalandhara Bandha, chin lock. The airflow in the throat is restricted. This results in the generation of the rushing sound of the air. When it passes through the airways, the length and speed of the breath is regulated by the abdomen muscles and the diaphragm as well. It helps in balancing the breath, enhances the oxygenation process, and increases the internal body temperature. Ujjayi breath regulates heating of the body. The friction of the air passing through the lungs and throat generates internal body heat. It is similar to again massage for the internal organs as the core becomes warm from the inside. After applying the chin lock and inhale slowly and hold the breath for some time and then exhale by closing right nostril through the left nostril. Ujjayi pranayama is a diaphragmic breathing which first fills the lower belly, rises to the lower rib and finally moves into the upper chest and then throat. During inhalation, heat is generated due to the friction between neck muscles windpipe and glottis. The heated air touches the thyroid gland here while passing through the throat. It then crosses the chest and ultimately reaches the lungs. By holding the breath inside the lungs for some time, the organ of the chest, lungs, receives heated air treatment, hot air treatment. This breathing technique helps in curing thyroid related problems. Thousands of thyroid patients have applied this. I research on this. I have received PhD for this impact of scientific pranayama, Ujjayi pranayama on thyroid glands. For that only I have received a doctorate. Chest congestion based on the principle of heat treatment. Pranayama is an effective way to stimulate the reflex pathways to the throat. This then regulates hormone production in the thyroid glands. It helps for hypothyroidism and then hyperthyroidism. Anuloma Viloma, alternate nostril breathing. This is a very common, everybody knows about it. Let us see the benefit. Plenty of benefits, what not, but only few benefits I would like to give. Helps in reducing and elevating all the stress and anxiety from the mind. The body will be relieved. This is 100% proven. Increases oxygen level in the cells, all 30 plus trillion cells. There is evidence that this can benefit the brain, the respiratory and cardiovascular system. Helps to relieve depression, stress and anxiety. The working principle is based on the physics law, Bernoulli's equation effect, and the psychology principle of the law, relationship between breathing and the emotions too. Anuloma Viloma is an ancient yogic breathing technique, also referred to as an alternative nostril breathing technique too, which purifies the body, activates the higher consciousness. Slow, deep, rhythmic breathing helps in reducing and elevating the stress and anxiety. The working principle is...
ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಪ್ಪ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಫೋನ್ ಆನ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಬಬ್ಲು ಮೈಕ್ರೋಫೋನ್ ಆನ್ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
The working principle is based on Bernoulli's effect. By reducing the pressure, there will be an increase in the flow velocity. The flow velocity is faster in a narrow tube than in a wider tube. Air in the breath is stress-free at a very low speed. Hence, the blood flow also stress-free. If the inhalation is slow, regulated and unstressed, then the flow of oxygen in the bloodstream will be fast. There will be a sufficient time for the supply of oxygen to the cells, leading to the regeneration and rejuvenation of associated tissue organs. If the exhalation is slow with control and unstressed, the movement of toxins of the cells in the bloodstream becomes fast. There will be sufficient time available to expel the toxins and the waste present in the cells. This leads to a resurgency of vitality, luster in the tissues, and the revival of the associated organs. Research has shown that there is a connection between balancing of the hemispheres of the brain and the airflow in our nostril. When the right nostril is open, the left brain hemisphere is more active and vice versa. By alternate nostril breathing, helping to balance the two sides of the brain, the logical left side and the creative right side. It is also based on the psychology principle, relationship between breathing and then emotions. By breathing in positive emotions like desires, dreams, ambitions, and by breathing out the negative emotions like anger, fear, thirst, unfulfilled desires, dreams, and ambitions which are not expressed with anyone, and the main reason for long-term stress. The mind body will be relieved with the help of the tongue by closing right nostril, breathing in free and stress-free from the left nostril, fill the lungs, and after, with the help of two fingers by closing the left nostril, breathing out free and stress-free from the right nostril, and empty the lungs. Immediately breathing in from the right nostril in the same manner, fills the lungs again, and after, with the help of the tongue, closing right nostril, breathing out slowly, stress-freely from the left nostril, again emptying the lungs. This is one round or cycle. Repeat for 10 minutes for good result. You just see 1 or 2 days only, you will be knowing your energy level. Brahmari pranayama, humming breathing pranayama you'll call, calms the mind and soothes the nervous system. The vibration thus generated makes one feel mentally, emotionally relaxed than physically, reducing the stress, anxiety, anger, and frustration, reducing blood pressure, removing throat ailments. Breathing techniques works on the concept of forced frequency against normal frequency. Brahmari is a Sanskrit word meaning bee. During breathing, humming sound is produced in the throat, hence referred as humming bee breathing. It uses sound and breath to calm the mind and soothe the nervous system. Inhale completely through both the nostrils and exhale, producing the buzzing sound of the bee. You can hear? This breathing technique works on the concept of forced frequency against normal frequency. Focus on making the sound soft, smooth, and steady. The positioning of the tongue allows the vibration to better resonate throughout the head, affecting the tissue of the brain, keeping the body completely still and bringing awareness to Agnya Chakra, a circle of willis. Letting the sound fill the head and spread to the entire body at the end of the exhalation. Slowly straighten the neck to inhale again. The vibration thus generated makes one to feel mentally, emotionally, and spiritually relaxed than physically. It balances all the three doshas too. This breathing technique is a boon for those with hypertension. Udgita pranayama, it's nothing but Omkara. Let us see the benefit of this beautiful Udgita pranayama. Udgita pranayama is a good for depression, insomnia, lack of memory concentration, stress and brain problems. It is very effective against hypertensive kidney disorder. It helps to cure the nervous system, acidity, sleep and dreams problems. It relieves anger and then anxiety. It calms the mind and brings the stability. The sound vibration generated by the Omkara helps to clear up our head and sinuses. It gives good immunity and self-healing power, keeping our mind and body in a relaxed state. The lungs expelled more carbon dioxide. The Udgita pranayama is also known as Omkara Japa. The Udgita includes Om exhalation. While we are exhaling, we will chant Omkara. The sound will chant as a Omkara. This is simple practice in the pranayama process. In Sanskrit, Udgita means singing out loud. The Udgita pranayama is breathing deeply from the inside, inhalation and chanting Om in a loud voice while breathing out with very slow, controlled manner exhalation. Udgita is the art of breathing consciously. Omkara is the natural sound, and that comes from our throat without friction. You can see the calmness, you can see that there is no friction only while the sound, when sound is coming. You need to take a deep breath through the nostril until the lungs are filled with air by pulling the abdominal muscles around the navel region rhythmically, and a small opening in the center of your lips. Exhale 3/4 of your breath as slow as possible by chanting O. During this period, vibration around the navel area and chest portion can be observed, can be felt, and then close your lips. Exhale the remaining air 1/4 of the breath by producing humming sound through the nostril. During this period, vibration in the upper portion of the neck can be observed. At least repeat this for 21 times for good results. Last but beautiful pranayama, Pranava pranayama. It's nothing but meditation. Throughout the world, they are falling beyond this. Let us see the benefits. The mind calms steady, lower mental tension, agitation, relieves tension, anger and anxiety, supplies required amount of oxygen to every cell, not only rejuvenated cells, it applies the percentage of the oxygen to the every cell. Here we can recall in 2019, American scientists got the Nobel Prize for this only. Percentage of the oxygen supplied to the every cell. Provides relief from mental stress, physical and psychological disorder, helps in high blood pressure and heart problems, cure problems related to sleep, insomnia and bad dreams. Works on the, this is also works on the principle of Bernoulli's equation. It is also called meditation. In this pranayama, one should concentrate on normal breathing. In this practice, inner strength is used to focus only on the breath. The breathing technique works on Bernoulli's effect. As per Bernoulli's principle, the flow of bloodstream velocity is difficult to reach even the thought process. So much less force we are applying. The air in the breath is unstressed at a very low speed, and the blood flow is also unstressed at such a high speed to be a kind of meditation. It is the last one in the practice of list of pranayama. It is simple and easy to practice, which can be done by people of all age group, no restrictions. For all other 7 pranayama, it is restrictions for BP, or the pregnant woman, or aged, or children, or operation restriction will be there. This pranayama, no restriction. The result of this process is attaining the state of samadhi, deeper meditation. That is, the mind is the union of body and the intellect, which is a bliss state beyond explanation. Feel the light, energy, and illumination that are present in the living cells. To attain deep meditative state, each cell can function normally if there is an adequate supply of oxygen. Therefore, it should be understood that oxygen is an aura or illumination as well as energy and light too. If the process of inhalation is slow and stress-free, the flow of oxygen in the bloodstream is very fast, high speed. We can't even imagine. And similarly, as adequate time is available for the supply of oxygen, all the living cells receive required percentage amount of the oxygen proportionately. One can infer that pranava pranayama make it possible for all the cells to function better. As a result, all the tissues can stay healthy. If the exhalation happens slowly with control, the movement of the living cells, toxins and waste that are present in the bloodstream are also faster. More toxins and waste can be expelled in the exhalation. This causes vitality and glow, illumination in the tissues. As a result of these issues, stress-related tissues can stay healthy. Thus, by a disciplined practice and the required amount of oxygen is ascertained and supplied to each and every cell. Breathe normally and concentrate on the breathing. Our breathing sound should not be here even by us. Follow the breath and keep observing the breathing pattern. Allow the thoughts to flow. Don't hold the thoughts without any interruption. Ignore the thought flow by just concentrating on your breathing. Regular practice delivers the greatest benefits. So see if you can set aside even a little time every day. You can keep your own health. This is my conclusion. After practicing of pranayama, practicing of scientific pranayama regularly for minimum of 30 minutes daily, maintaining precautionary measures. In the present COVID-19 pandemic situation, can maintain good health and avoid consequences from the COVID coronavirus. Not only COVID, whatever virus let us come, we are ready to fight. Our body cells, our immune system will ready to fight. The benefits have been proved from the feedback given by more than 200 COVID affected and control group patients. I am handling more than 200 COVID patients. These are all depends upon, these are all proven one from their feedback. The physical and mental health will be improved and can boost our immune system by practicing scientific pranayama. Hence, if we practice scientific pranayama in the time of COVID-19 pandemic regularly, we can easily face the situation without fear, anxiety, and stress. Yoga pranayama is an experiential science. If this knowledge invokes interest in the medical professionals and they practice it themselves, it might open up a new avenue in bringing together our traditional heritage yoga and today's objective knowledge of modern medicine. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you, ma'am. We have one question from the participant. The question is, Madam, how long each asana is to be performed ideally?
This is pranayama. Yes, it depends upon if any health issues is there, I will give the package. Totally for general health, 30 minutes, minimum of 30 minutes if you practice. Each Bhastrika pranayama, you just say 21 times. Kapalabhati, 5 minutes. Bahya Kumbhaka, 10 times. Ujjayi, 21 times. Anuloma Viloma, 10 minutes. Brahmari pranayama, 10 times. Udgita, 21. Pranava pranayama, minimum 5 minutes. There is no maximum limit. These are all depends upon your health issues, if it is anything is there. For these things and all, you need to attend the camp. I'm conducting free camps at present online. Even today is also camp is there. Thank you. I hope I had given reply.
Yes, ma'am. If you can share the online link, we can share it to the participants so that they can attend your camp, ma'am, if possible.
Yes. Okay, definitely I will share the link. Any questions?
Participants, if you have any questions, you can put in the chat box.
Please ask the questions. I hope you can understand. There is two ways. If we cannot understand anything, we can't ask questions. If we can understand fully, then also we can't ask any questions.
Ma'am, there is one question.
Yes, please. Thank you.
For patients with high blood pressure, any precautions for pranayama? Means for high blood
Patients with high
high blood pressure, what are the precautions to be taken while doing for practicing the pranayama?
Yes, Bhastrika Pranayama, you need to practice slowly. Kapalabhati, that is also slow, only for 5 minutes. 2 days once you have to check the BP. If BP is rises, you need not practice Kapalabhati. Bahya Kumbhaka also, the retention of the air should be very less, 1 or 2 seconds, that's all. Other things and all you can practice, no restrictions for that.
Okay, thank you.
But hypertension, as I told you, Udgita Pranayama, Anuloma Viloma, Brahmani, the combination is very beautiful combination for hypertension.
Yes, ma'am. There is one more question. Will pranayama heal back pain?
100%. I have implemented on hundreds, thousands of my students. They have received, I have received positive feedback from their improvement of back pain.
Okay, ma'am. There is one more question.
Painkiller, they are maintaining only through the pranayama.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, there is one more question. After
Yes.
COVID, one of the participants is asking, after COVID, I have prolonged dry cough. What can I do?
You please practice Anuloma Viloma Pranava Pranayama for thrice a day, morning, afternoon, and then evening. Only for 3 days, you just see the beauty of scientific pranayama.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, there is one more question. Is there any side effect if you do any pranayama like Kapalabhati in wrong way?
Yes, definitely there is a side effect, especially for the Kapalabhati and then Bahya Kumbhaka. If you are not followed the principles or law, and if you are not concentrating on the breath and all, no, definitely you will have a negative impact. I have seen the students like that. Even medical, even doctors, they cannot make out why these health issues are happening like that. Even for the medical test, they cannot make out. We must be, we have to be very careful about the rules and regulations.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, there is one more question.
We have to follow the rules. Nishte niyama.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, there is one more question. While doing
Yes, please.
Kapalabhati for asthma, will have any side effects?
No, it depends upon the asthma's insensitivity of asthma, how they are. They need to contact me. If it is asthma is more like chronical, Kapalabhati they should not practice. First, it has to calm down because there is a problem of oxygen. Lungs are all filled with kapha, even chest. So hence they need to calm down that first asthma and then they can practice Kapalabhati. It is good.
Okay, ma'am. There is one more question. Any particular pranayama for acidity?
Any particular pranayama for?
Acidity, ma'am.
Yes. Kapalabhati is good for acidity, but for somebody, it may give, if it acidity is more, the Kapalabhati is not good. Otherwise, Kapalabhati is good for the acidity. Anuloma Viloma Udgita Pranayama is very good for acidity.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And our participants are asking your contact number, ma'am.
Yes, 944
944
940
940
6844.
6844. Okay,
This
ma'am.
is a WhatsApp number. Even in Telegram app, I am having a scientific channel.
Yes, ma'am.
They can enter into it. There they will get all the information about when the camp will be, camp classes information and all they will get. They can text me in WhatsApp also. Definitely I will reply for that. I am proud about my scientific pranayama.
Thank you, ma'am. We are
Wanted to
also,
serve the people.
yes, ma'am. We have also attended the pranayama in our
Oh,
campus.
I know,
Yes,
I know.
ma'am.
GSSS, yes,
Yes,
I
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And the participants are very happy with the session, ma'am. They are all giving very positive feedback. And even they are practicing. It seems few people are practicing for long.
I'm very grateful to GSSS Education, especially Madam Anupama, or Bharat sir, or Vanuja madam. They are all giving very good encouragement for my pranayama.
Yes.
They are giving chance for like this to spread scientific pranayama. Actually, I don't have even not even single board in front of my house. I wanted to spread this scientific pranayama mouth to mouth. Then effect will be there.
Yes, ma'am. True, ma'am. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your presence and for sharing your valuable knowledge with all our participants. We are very thankful to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, one and all, for attending this.
Thank you, Devaki ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Rajeshwari, for giving this opportunity. I hope I justified.
Yeah, ma'am, definitely.
Yes, ma'am.
It was
Yes,
very
ma'am.
helpful for all the participants.
Thank you.
It was really enlightening, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. With your permission, I will leave the site.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
I thank all the participants for attending the sessions, and we will be continuing the next session from tomorrow, and we'll be sharing the link for tomorrow's link at the earliest possible. Thank you all. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ attendance link.